cashed out years ago. Same automotive. Next to it sits that white Suzuki behind it is 39-story office tower. Right at the edge, while sitting on the water, is the security console building. And behind that, the third group of 12, that's the single and second building of the development building. In the distance, the second tall tower is that the tower of the one and then the other. Like Empire has an operation. Check the website or call ahead. The elevator is closed 1 day a week. Remember, the elevator is on the outside of the building and it is all glass. On our right, there used to be a Pepsi Cola bottling plant. If only I could remember which. The condition to develop the property residentially to sign out of there. 2 decades of authority before it's that our state. Roosevelt Island comes between us. The Four Freedoms Park to your right, in the enclosure of columns, there's a bust of FDR. Architect Louis Kahn, guides of Architect Federation, lands the park in 3K, there's the strategy. Triumph in 2012, Architect Gina Flyer gets off through this. Freedom from want, freedom from fear, freedom of expression, freedom of religion. Those are the four freedoms. You'll see the remains of an old smallpox hospital. To your right is architect James Renwick, later does St. Patrick's Cathedral. The mentally ill, physically ill, and criminals were confined to Welfare Island, Roosevelt Island today. The Four Freedoms, brilliantly painted by Norman Rockwell. That's why I remember the Four Freedoms by remembering the pin.
That's where the trolley goes.
To your left up the side street, it's an off-white tower. The top looks like an Olympic ski jump, and it was for a Super Bowl commercial. Of course, they faked that with computers.
There's no bridge to this.
Citigroup is built on 8 stories still. It's had the privilege, the first elevator button to push is not 2, it's 8. St. Peter's Lutheran Church, a separate church building, is underneath the skyscraper. It's like the park to your left on pilings, in that case over the river. The park is new. Citigroup back to the 70s. Late 70s, early 80s. Well, it's all about the computers today. To your right, that is a $500 million high-tech computer genius kit. From Cornell University of New York State, partners with Texas Institute, Cornell University of U.S. Taller grade building is Storm. The shorter grade building, a boutique hotel. It's called Graduate. Paul Simon wrote some of the Graduate soundtrack, walking across the Edward I. Koch Queensboro Bridge. Pieces of the bridge from Bridgeville, PA. Locals still tend to call it the 59th Street Bridge, but that's not actually the case. 17 years ago, it became a cheerleader elected mayor when the city was on the bridge. As you go on the bridge, look up and see the people who drove the line like the tram. The tram is really cheap. So the flyer version is looking down the east side of it. By the way, I'm obligated to point out that my last name. On the right, behind the green fence, the blue graffiti that is train on the left side. 20 people off the download, takes the subway. Trams are one of them now. To our left, a beige tower on V-shaped stilts. The Rockefeller University paid for the air rights to build that one research building over it, over the highway. In the last decade, here's more of the campus expanding. What we loosely call DNA, more correctly, the human genome, what each gene does, mostly mapped out here. There are 26 Nobel Prize winners amongst the faculty and faculty emeritus of the Rockefeller University. April is Autism Awareness Month. The research here links autism to gastrointestinal issues. Now, we don't know if chicken or egg here at this point. One leads to the other, but there's a link. Inland, if the brown stripes are wavy, the Monahan Cancer Care Center, named for Katie Corey's late husband, Dave Monahan. Her new grandchild, her first, named for him. Left of that, beige building, brown stripes straight up and down. Also cancer care. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Care, the top two cancer care centers in the U.S. In the Anderson, that treated 1 and 2 squamous cells with one leukemia. Monahan is part of the Green Color Complex near left, cathedral-like arches. New York Presbyterian, Columbia Cornell, Weill Medical Center. Next door on the water comes the hospital for special surgery. Okay, I know this one just says on the side. Unanimously elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, former Yankee closer Mariano Rivera. NBA All-Star and Olympian Kevin Durant and Tiger Woods among former patients. Reed the Bridge, 14 consecutive years. #1 sports for the Bean Surgery Center in the U.S. Ranking courtesy the annual U.S. News and World Report's Best Hospital list. We have called this area Hospital Row more than a century. The last of it, well, that little black wall, white wall, that little 5-story building, that was the Civil War hospital. The late George Clinton lived in that. It's still an apartment. He's no longer living. The last of Hospital Row comes on your left. The new Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Now we know that cancer originates in DNA. Check it out, that's DNA strips. Those are shutters. They can keep light in or let it out as the patient's needs or wants to. The metaphor for curing cancer. What works for one person's DNA obviously doesn't work for another's DNA. But even what works for one person's DNA won't work another day. Just how complicated the process is. Roosevelt Island, you're right, set up by the state as a middle-income, rent-controlled community. Legislation's been allowed to expire, so if you're staying illegally in a rent-controlled apartment hoping you're grandfathered in extending rent control, you become a ghost. You don't respond to the census. You're not counted. If your apartment's been decontrolled, now luxury design to make it affordable, illegally, you're a fraud related to healthcare. When you don't respond to the census, you're not counted. You ask the simple, what's the population of New York City question? And then I ask, what number do you want? Right now, the feds are saying 8.2 million because we lost people during the pandemic. I know it's an undercount, that's why I say 9 million. Most experts have been putting the population at 6 million, 10 and 12 million. The fact of the matter is, it's a wide range, we don't know. To our right, the Octagon, the tower of the flagpole mill has 8 sides and was rebuilt to the architect. We would have never known prisoners were used to guard the mentally ill here until a 19-year-old Pennsylvania farm girl from Olmsted, Elizabeth Cochran, sneaks in undercover, documents the abuse of those who put off the scandal. Real name Elizabeth Cochran. We know her by her pen name or reporter name, Nellie Bly. Well, her island's name was changed to Roosevelt Island. Escape the past, build asylum, its luxury economy. You can't make this stuff up. To our left, Yorkville, also known as Germantown. Germans, Austrians, Czechs, Slovaks, Hungarians settled here 130 years ago, the poorest neighborhood in the city, 86th Street, 2nd Avenue, the Marx Brothers going up in poverty. Now it's a Mongol wealthy. The old money is here, the new money has flocked to the buildings around Central Park. And the Upper East Side is built to the fire. Okay, so the sculpture